Hello everyone, welcome to another gouache tutorial for Thoovi's 100 Days Paint Voyage. For today's theme, Tropical Vibes, I will be using HIMI Jelly Gouache set of 56. The shades I am using are Acid Blue, you can also use Cobalt Blue here. Next is Spiced Apple, you can use any shade of pink or mix of red and white. Light Green, you can use any shade of grass green or bright green. I am also using black and white to make the shades look darker or lighter. Now let's talk about maintaining the wash. HIMI gouache tend to dry fast as we keep the box open for a long time while painting. So to reactivate the paint, I usually spray it with water and keep for 24 hours. Post that, when the water is completely soaked in the paint, I give it a good mix with the help of a spatula. You can see here the paint has a creamy consistency. Now let's start painting. I have made this basic sketch using 2 to 3 reference pics. You can see the paint reference on top right. Starting with Acid Blue, a bright tropical vibe color, I paint the whole sky. If you have a darker shade of blue, let's say Prussian blue, you can mix white to match the sky blue shade. I am covering the whole first half of the page with the blue color. Here I have added black with blue for a darker shade to paint the rim of the ocean. I have also used a little turquoise to show more vibrancy of the sea. To explain this reference, I am painting sky and ocean and there is a pink vintage looking car facing the sea. Now we start with the clouds. I decided to paint white clouds for a more brighter day effect. I am using filbert size 1 brush to paint these clouds. I am aiming on painting fluffy clouds and give it a more Studio Ghibli kind of effect. Blending in the lower edge of the clouds with the blue to look more realistic. Now coming to the vintage car part, I am using Spiced Apple shade from the HIMI 56 colors set. As I have mentioned earlier, you can use any shade of pink or a mix of red and white to show the pink shade. Here, I have added a tiny amount of black to the spiced apple shade to show the depth of the details. I am trying to paint the edges well. However, a very good feature of gouache is that even if it dries quickly, it can be reactivated with water, making it forgiving and allowing for easy blending and correction. To show more details of the car, I am using black now. I am opening a new black gouache cup as I have finished the old one. Another cool fact about gouache is that its roots traces back to ancient Egypt, medieval illuminated manuscripts, and Persian and Mughal miniatures, displaying vibrant, long-lasting colors in decorative and narrative artworks. I'm using little bit of burnt umber as well to showcase the details of the cars. Here I'm painting the car's rear view mirror with the shade of grey which comes from mixing black and white. Adding more minute details to the car to show its more realistic effect. Talking about gouache's consistency, it has a mixed feature of watercolors and acrylics wherein it activates like watercolors and is opaque like acrylics. I have used 2 shades of green here for the trees, however you can achieve the dark green shade by mixing black to light green. Coming to how to keep the gouache mold free in humid areas, after every use I spray the set with HIMI antifungal mildew gouache spray. Finally, we are done with a very beautiful tropical vibe painting.